welcome to the Krazecast, the podcast run by the fans for the fans that brings you close to the action. My name's Roxy, and today I'm joined by my fellow host, Jay, and our podcast editor, Robin.
Hello, long time
Hello.
no see.
For real.
To keep up with all our content, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Craze Magazine, and YouTube, The Craze.
If you enjoy our content, please consider helping to support our organization through Ko-Fi. Head over to ko-fi.com/thecraze where you can donate however much you please, and we thank you so much for your support.
Let's move on. I have another question. Okay. And the reason why this question's on here is because this is a recent event that I wanted to bring up with this question. What do you notice about bullying on social media?
So 10 times worse.
Oh my God,
Okay.
it's so much worse.
Cyberbullying. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I don't know if you guys heard about what happened to Teen Top's Cap. But basically, I'm going to give you the full rundown because... So, for those of you who don't know, Cap had gotten kicked out from Teen Top and Top Media.
I don't remember that.
Literally 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago this happened. This is recent.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but no news outlets actually know why he got kicked out. Let me tell you why. So Teen Top recently has gotten very big again. They've been having like popularity spurts since 2020, and so 2 months ago they did a show with UJ Sog. They got more popular again. So before all this happened, all the Teen Top members, they go live on YouTube and they do whatever the fuck they want. Minsu or Cap typically like paints and shit, but he also smokes and drinks on these lives beforehand. Like he doesn't care. He never got in trouble before.
Gotta say, love that for him. Love that for him.
So he's done it before, okay? And so Top Media is trying to gear up for Teen Top to have a comeback for their 13th year.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Top Media. And basically, because they got another popularity spurt, a lot of newer fans started saying they need to kick Cap out because he was drinking and smoking on live stream, and that's not the idol image. So they literally cyberbullied him and got him kicked out of Teen Top.
So do these people think that like their idols don't do that, or do they just not care because they don't see it?
I don't think they know.
How do you not know?
I don't know. And like
I'm telling you, like 90% of people over 21 are drinking.
Yeah.
No, okay, so they don't. So if that's not part of the idol image, so what are these shows where they go out to drink?
Yeah, because don't they do?
I think
it
wasn't even the drinking part. I don't think it was a drinking part. I think it was a smoking part. And because he was also like explaining on how frustrated he was with Top Media because of how they're like trying to go about like promoting Teen Top again and all this stuff. So he was like expressing his frustrations, which isn't the first time he's done this. He has done this ever since Teen Top had their last comeback in 2019. And so it's just this one time since they got their popularity increase again in Korea. He got cyberbullied out of the group, and now Teen Top is now 4.
Okay, so was it international people that were doing this, or was it
No,
Korean
it was
fans?
Korean fans.
Why are they talking so much shit about smoking when all Koreans do
Everybody do it, does
that,
it?
Like 90% of Koreans here smoke. I'm not even lying.
I don't even want to hear shit. Okay, like I'm not a smoker. I don't like smoking. I have a problem with it. But like, if it's your culture, like it's part that big of a deal in your culture, how can you say your idols can't do it publicly? And like you're probably doing it. These are probably the same people that are smoking. So like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
I had to bring that up because it's a recent event and it has to do with social media. So I was like, this is great.
No, going back to it. You know who else recently had to apologize for calling things out recently? Chan. And he had to apologize for what he said when there's other idols who have said the same thing. And I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this because I'm also Stray Kids biased, but he has a point. He has a point. If you don't know, Chan on a live basically was like, and I think it's not even a recent live, it's a little bit more older, at least within the last couple of months, weeks, I should say. Chan went and he's like, I noticed that, these younger groups, and it is in their culture, in Korean culture, if the seniority thing, right?
Mhm.
You have to show your respect, say hi, bow, right? And all Chan, he didn't name names, he didn't say anything. Like, he said it was at a particular event, but people jumped the gun and said, oh, it was this group, when it wasn't even, he didn't even call out a name. He's like, I've just noticed that these younger kids, they're not as, maybe it's the culture, but they're not it's not as respectful.
Dude, though, I've heard this, but like not from idols, but from other people that work in the touring industry. Some of these newer groups, these kids are not respectful at all. They're assholes, and like the company is letting them be that way.
Yeah.
So like
was it wrong for Chan to say, like, when he's not the only person who has said something?
Oh, no, it's not. He's not the only one.
He should have said it with his whole chest. Shut up, JYP, making him apologize because people are mad.
I hated that he had to apologize for that.
And it was JYP that made him apologize too.
Yeah.
It wasn't anyone else. It was because of that old ass motherfucker. Oh my god, why are we talking about that man?
But still, it's like, that's like the form of social media where they'll, like, fans think that they're talking about their specific group, but he didn't even call out names.
Do you know why cyberbullying is as bad as it is? Especially why we get all of these fucking apologies all the time? Because these companies let these people have the power by acknowledging them.
Yeah.
Okay, we have goldfish brain. We've been over this. People forget something happened after like 3 days. Okay, so if there was a 3-day social media campaign of people saying that Chan needs to apologize, it would have fizzled out, and he would not have had to say anything if the company had let it fizzle out.
Yeah.
And the only they just keep enabling people like this, so people think they have more power over what to control a narrative or control what is said, because these companies are willing to cater to it. And I don't know why, if they think they're going to lose a shit ton of profit over some people throwing a tantrum, because all they're doing is throwing a tantrum. When you are talking shit about an idol and like trying to ruin their life, you are just throwing a tantrum. You are a little toddler, baby, bitch, toddler, dum-dum. Because
I want to add to that, because Chin from EXO.
Oh, they're
how they treated Chin, and they're still doing it.
Still doing it, because I just saw something go around that
they have a protest truck. They have a protest truck.
It's been years, literally.
But it's not just Chin this time. It's also with Chanyeol.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, because they have a thing.
I don't know what happened with Chanyeol. I just read it and I just saw it on an article. I don't know what happened with Chanyeol.
There's some rumors about Chanyeol.
Yeah, they have it outside of SM Entertainment now. My friend works by SM Entertainment. She took a picture of it and showed me. I was like,
okay, but like, it's literally just a truck. Like, you can literally just ignore it.
and let me just also add, the like on social media, and when these things go out there virally, right? Who's getting hate right now? And Hyphen, because they have female backup dancers, and now they're sending trucks to them, and I'm like, dude, it's just choreography.
Everybody really needs to like get a job or a hobby that's not this. Like dead ass, because like if you're working, you don't have time to get upset about boys dancing with girls when they're grown. Like, I don't care.
I still can't believe they're attacking Chen, dude.
But the way that Chen handles it is the best. Okay? I love like I'm not even a big fan of Chen, but the way, this is a great example of SM not allowing like cyberbullying to affect anything. Okay, so what year was it announced that Chen got married? What is it, 2021, 2020,
like something 2020, 2021, something like that.
Okay, so it's been like 2 or 3 years, and this man literally has children. Like, you're not gonna fuck him, okay? So leave it alone. Like, he's married, he has kids, but like the fact that like when it first came out and SM didn't do anything, okay? Yeah. That is the most effective way to combat this, because the number of people that are yelling get smaller and smaller, and there are still people yelling, but it's probably a quarter of what it originally was. So like And I feel like I've seen him on shows like making fun of, like subtly making fun of people like talking shit about him. I think that is really the way that
like,
these companies need to handle it.
I saw the saddest video. One of my close friends here went to the EXO fan meeting before Kai enlisted, and like they were doing the VCR, and no one screamed for Chin in Korea.
That's
Absolutely
so
no one.
sad.
I
so
was like,
stupid.
bitch, where was my ticket? I would have had my sister like fucking express ship my light stick from America. I would have gone and screamed my ass off for Kim Jong-un. And like
Yeah.
seeing the video, I was like, Korea, you're fucked. Like, what the hell? Let the man live.
I don't
Exactly.
understand why
He's
they
trying to get his coin.
like have such a problem with this being public. Like the idol image itself is problematic, but like why do they stick to it so hard? That's what I don't understand, and like hold grudges about it.
It's the same way that they're debuting 13, 12-year-old girls.
So is it just like a cultural fucked something in their culture that's fucked that they're not doing anything about? We all have it, so.
And like that's even the thing, they don't prioritize, what social media is going to have an effect on their psyche. So there goes your fucking mental health, because now you're seeing all of these negative comments of, which I'm not saying anybody's like this, but I'm just saying as an example, people are like, oh, you're too skinny. Oh, you're too fat. Oh, this hairstyle does not look good on you. This hair, like, why did they give you these clothes? Well, there are some idols that's like, why did they put you in that? That doesn't flatter you, But
yeah, but you don't have to tell them. Like, it's not their fault.
Like, yeah, sometimes it's their stylist, and it's just like, oh, why did you do this? Oh, you shouldn't be eating that. That's bad for your health. Blah blah blah. You're seeing all of these things, or it's like, unconfirmed whether or not these people were bullies, but it's like, oh, I would never interact with somebody who is a school bully. Why did they keep this? You're seeing all of these comments and these interactions go by, whether it's through the live chat or through these public forums, that they creep on that. It really has an impact on your mental health, and it's not prioritized that way, at least from what we know. I know that there's been, we're aware that changes are slowly coming, but where was that second gen? All of these second gen idols who are so traumatized by because they were there at the start of when social media was starting to get its boom, right? So it's like, oh God. And I'm not saying that this was the main factor of us losing some idols, but I guarantee you it had a part in it.
See, that's why I think social media is a mistake, like at its core, because like all of these people say these things without a second thought. They don't really care what the impact of those words would be. So like the amount of idols that we've lost is exponential compared to what it should be. And I don't know how much of that is, a cultural issue to begin with, because, Korea has the problem, but like, it doesn't help, makes it worse. Obviously, there are times I've had to get off social media, like, and it's not even directed at me. Yeah, it's just so much like negative, disgusting shit going on that you can't look at it. So, like, I just think all these people that say these things to idols are so self-important. They think what they're saying matters, or that it does not have an impact, so it doesn't matter. Like, giving them that platform has caused a huge issue. And like these companies that are still catering toward that when people have these tantrums is like really just the worst way for anything to be. It's like the worst timeline. People like need to individually take accountability for the shit that they say, and you don't have to when you're anonymous on the internet. Right. And that's why there's so much trouble.
But watch your back, because now that these companies are fighting back, you think that they're not going to find these tweets? They will find it. Or, these messages. You think that they won't do anything about these malicious things that you're putting? Now these companies are starting to put their foot down. It's like, no, you're going to say some shit? Okay, here's the lawsuit.
Yeah, but how, like, what can they actually do? Because if it's international, like, I don't know much about international defamation laws, but like, it's harder to control when it's global compared to if it was just in Korea.
Right. But
So.
I mean, it's still a step forward in terms of like, dude, take that shit down. That's what makes me mad about having access to social media. It's like, see, like, you know, we know how to control ourselves, but others don't. And I mean, there is no right, like, there is to an extent common sense etiquette, but at the same time, some people just don't know social cues like that, especially online. You can't read tone, you can't read you can't determine how they're feeling. Even if, let's just say, an idol is just having a really bad day, it's not that they are, you know, expect them to be like, hi, what's up? You know, you expect them to be like that. No, sometimes if they're gonna have a bad day, they just want to like chill, and you know, sometimes they don't want to engage that way. So what? So they're just gonna be like, hi guys, you know, more aloof. Doesn't mean that they have a bad attitude. And they're working people. Working people have bad days and good days.
Oh yes. And I think that part of the problem is like with fan bases that are so young, they don't fully understand that because they haven't lived it.
Yeah.
So